Good morning. It is Friday morning, the 15th of March, 2013. Here's all the news in Panama that's worth talking about today. An American woman named Georgia Tripp was found dead in front of her house, and apparently in the garden area of her house, either yesterday or the day before. She apparently had a knife wound to the neck, and the knife was found underneath her body, and there's indications that maybe there was a blow to the head as well. I guess I would say that at this point, it makes no sense to speculate, that nobody really knows exactly what happened, and it's in the very early stages of the investigation by the police. So right now there's more questions than answers. And it's just, the investigation is just starting to get wound up. Don't know if it was an attack or a murder. I guess there's some kind of a possibility. Maybe she was working in the garden and maybe she blacked out or something, hit her head, fell on the knife. I don't know. This is all just speculation on my part, and that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to speculate or go, hey, could be this, could be that. Don't know. The bottom line is, I don't know. And I'm trying to reach out right now to get in contact with friends and family members and the National Police that are going to be investigating this. Initially, the DIJ, who does the initial investigation. And anyway, as I learn more, then I'll pass it along. But so that happened. Sad news in the area of Volcan. Okay, the news that is dominating the Panamanian press this morning is the Diablo Rojos. There's about 700 of these old Diablo Rojo buses. These are the last of the Diablo Rojo buses that are being taken off the street, okay? There's like 9 of what they call trunk routes, which are primary routes, and these are the last ones. And by midnight last night, 12:01 a.m. on the 15th, they're illegal. They're off the streets. Now, there have been, all morning long, there's been this coverage by the Panamanian press showing the long lines of people waiting for buses. The president came out and issued a formal apology saying that, hey, we're sorry that we didn't have enough buses in place to meet the demand. The Metro Bus Company has rolled out an additional 300 buses. But then, if you do the math, if you're taking 700 Diablo Rojos off the streets and you're supposedly replacing them with 300 Metro buses, do the 300 Metro buses have the capacity to carry the passengers that were handled, especially during rush hour when they pack them in like sardines? The simple fact of the matter was that there are not enough buses running around. And then the bus drivers go rolling out there, and they're doing stupid crap like, we're not taking our bus off the street until you pay us the $250 or the $25,000 in compensation, and they're going to block the streets. And then the cops were out there arresting people and towing away buses. And then these guys with the Diablo Rojos, they're going, well, that guy, he has a private contract with a private company to move their employees, and they shouldn't be towing his bus away. Dude, you're lying, okay? He doesn't have a contract. He's just trying to continue to operate his bus. By early this morning, by like 7 o'clock this morning, they had already towed away like 9 buses. It's like, yeah, and that's the thing. Now it's really easy to spot these guys because any Diablo Rojo in Panama City is illegal. All of them, 100%. Can't be driving around. So they stop them, check them, that's right, boom, tow them away. That's it. Off the street, dude. You're done. And this is the end of the 2.5-year process of getting the Metro bus system up and running. So, obviously, on day 1, or the last day of Diablo Rojos and the first day of 100% Metro bus, there's going to be some problems. For example, the people on these new routes, they didn't even have their card that you need to get on the friggin' bus. It's only been coming for 2.5 years. They didn't have enough time to prepare. They probably didn't believe that they were actually going to be able to get rid of these Diablo Rojo buses. So they was like, I don't need a card until I really need a card. It's nothing like waiting until the last minute. So this is the story which has been absolutely dominating the Panamanian news all morning long. It's on every news channel and solid coverage of people waiting at a bus stop, or metro buses picking people up, or guys out there protesting, or buses getting towed away. It's just been all day long. That's the only thing that's being talked about. So we will see. We will see how this goes. All right. Okay, now they're going to have a march, and the guys from Verani are going to have a march down to the Transito office. They put 300 new metro buses. I'm just going through these stories that I've kind of talked about it all in one big shot. Okay, done with the buses. Moving on to the next story. Here were two guys. This is out of the Critica. Here were two guys. Death Urrutia Conteras, 27-year-old guy, and he went into a Chino local corner store. He had a gun, and he had a minor with him, somebody who was less than 18 years old, and they walked in, and everybody on the floor, this is a robbery. So they're going to rob everybody in the store, and they're going to try to hit the cash register. Well, a couple of cops showed up and to respond to this crime, and the cops were in the neighborhood, so they went in there, and there was a shootout, and the dude got killed. So, there you go. Armed robbery. Cops show up, shoot the bad guy. Done. He's not going to do that anymore. Okay, here's in the Telemetro. The Panama and the president of Panama and the president of Costa Rica signed an agreement yesterday. They're going to produce a new card which can be used by Panamanians and Costa Ricans. It's probably going to be the same kind of card which you can get either in Panama or in Costa Rica, and you can use it to freely cross the border to eliminate the need to have passports and stamps and check in and check out, only for Panamanians and Costa Rican citizens. Now, permanent residents, I don't know. I've got a cedula. Can I get one? I don't know. I'm going to find out. I believe that this is probably in response. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago there was a thing about the bus strike, and not buses but trucks, the cargo trucks on the border with Costa Rica were having a problem with getting across the border and stuff. So this is probably something to ease up that border crossing there in Paso Canoas. So the truck drivers can just flash their card and off they go. They don't have to do immigration stuff because they're crossing the border. So anyway, that's a new thing. News. All right. In the last 24 hours, there have been 10 small little earthquakes in Chiriquí. Okay? The biggest one was 5.2. There was a couple of them, 4.1, 4.4, and they're all, most of these little column aftershocks, they're all pretty much in the same area of the one that was 5 point something. So it's a movement and then settling in. No damage. Nobody hurt, nobody killed. Once again, just routine seismic activity in Chiriquí, and if you're going to live up there, you're going to get bounced around a little bit. Okay, here's a thing in Mi Diario. The International Development Bank is going to be giving about $500,000 to an NGO. They are going to be down in the Darien, and they are going to plant 35,000 hectares of cocoa. So, you have the International Development Bank giving money to the NGO, and they're going to go down in the Darien, and they're going to be working with the indigenous communities, and they're going to be developing this production of cocoa in the Darien. And it's on lands that are owned by Ancon, so it's got this NGO environmentalist helping the poor people to develop an industry that is sustainable and not harmful for the environment, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a good thing. Okay. It just so happens here that there is an article about gang violence in Chiriquí. Supposedly there are 16, you would normally call them youth gangs, but here's a guy who's 33 years old, and he says he's been in the gang for 20 years, since he was 13. When he dropped out of school in like the 6th grade, and him and all of his buddies. And he says they've done armed robberies, murders, stealing drugs from drug traffickers. He's been in and out of prison. And he says that the young guys, when they get busted, they go to prison and they'll spend a couple of years behind bars, And then that's what he says, they come in and they're little punks, and by the time they get out of prison, they're grade A cold-blooded killers because they learn what they need to learn while they're in prison, and then when they get out, they're full-blown gangbangers. So there is a significant problem with gangs and gang violence in Chiriquí, okay? There you have it. Okay, let me see, where am I at? That's it, I'm done, I'm out. Today is Friday, the 15th of March, 2013. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.